I went and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna like go check it out for the day. Like, I don't really know if I have time to camp, commit for the whole weekend. I don't really know what it is, but after being there for the day, I just kept running into like all these people that like, I'd seen around Boone and like really, I don't know, everyone was just like so nice that day, and I met like a bunch of like, new friends and like, a bunch of people that were just really talented at different things, like hula hoop girl and like, the face painting girl, and then there was different musicians that were just hanging out, and I don't know, I was like, this is so cool, and like, the food truck got there and they were starting to put up the bonfire stuff, and I was like, no, I have to stay, like I have to stay for the bonfire. I want to see them burn the tree, hear the bands later, and like, everyone here is so nice. Like, there's no way I'm gonna like go back to my apartment and do anything tonight that's gonna be better than this. So I just went back and got my tent and came back and set it up and then just hung out, and like, I honestly didn't know anyone I hung out with. I just met all new people around the fire, and it was just really cool, and I just hung out until like 3 a.m. just chatting with people.
I sold painted hats and prints, and I didn't actually sell very much stuff, but I made a lot of connections and a lot of commissions and made a lot of friends just through them seeing my art, and got my name out there in the community. It was really easy to be a part of it. I just contacted Jeremiah, and he was more than willing to have me. Jeremiah is such an essential part of the whole festival. He really brings people together, and I'm really thankful to have him in this community because he reached out to everyone to be a part of it, and it was really great that so many people could do things for the community before and during the festival in order to be a part of it.
And then the Noun Improv group came out and they did a workshop, and we had such a good time playing games out there. Like we started off by having to like throw an object at somebody, and then they had to catch it. It was like a really small ball, a medium-sized ball, a large ball. Like really, like they kept getting bigger, but it was all imaginary. So you had to like throw it, and it was like everybody reacted their own way by how big the ball was. I don't know, that was the funnest thing I've done in a long time.
Yeah, so I lived in Boone for, I guess, 4 or 5 years now, and I came to Boone and Blossom because I came to all the other ones, Harvest Boone and all the other ones. It's just amazing seeing the Boone community out and doing what it does best, you know, that all these people are doing what they love. It's just amazing to see that. It's just cool. And that they've raised so much food. I mean, by midnight yesterday, they already raised a ton of food. So, I mean, it's just amazing.
Like, honestly, the music was some of the best local music I've ever seen. It was like so many great artists. There was guys getting on the stage, spinning fireballs all crazy and doing tricks with those and like juggling fire and stuff. And it was just really cool. It was like spectacular to just see just all the local art that was there too. There was people selling paintings and just like, I don't know, everything was just, it was just so fun. Everyone was so great. Well, I just realized, you know, like how many more great people there are in our everyday community, and like how it's not so bad to just hit up like a stranger, like to start a conversation on the bus. It doesn't have to be a weird thing, you know. It's just every day in life, you know, you can get to know a lot more new people.
Really connected with the most at Boone and Blossom was that there was these like 2 like Christmas trees, kind of like old, dried out, and one of them you would write down anything that you like wanted to let go of in your life, or like that you just wanted to like be free of, and you'd write it down on this piece of paper and tie it to this tree with this like red ribbon or red string, and then they were gonna burn it later that night. And it just felt so good to like do that, like to write it down and like really just be like, I'm free of this. Later that night, we were all standing around the bonfire and like just hanging out. People were playing music, and all of a sudden someone like came with the 2 trees like over their heads, and everyone was like yelling and clapping, and it was like just this really cool like instantaneous ceremony. And they like threw the trees in the fire, and they were so dry that they just like blew up and were just like crackling and like super, like the fire got huge and everyone just like yelling and so happy, and it was just cool. Like that was just a really cool, like symbolic way to be like, you know, like I'm done with like being stressed out about what people think, or I'm done with like caring about like unimportant things. Like I'm just gonna enjoy like this moment in time. And it's just, like,
Well, this is the second Boone and Blossom I went to.
Me
and
too.
It's really interesting to see how much it's already grown in a year. It's already become even more inclusive with all of the different things that are going on with our community. And both times I've had the most amazing experiences for different reasons. This is amazing. Like, you don't have this kind of community in every town. I mean, I'm from Asheville, and that's still, like, people say that has that there, but it doesn't. This is something special where everyone's really open and there's so many people to meet.
You could just tell it was like one big family pretty much. Just how much fun everyone was having with all the dogs running around as well. Like people could just be free and be themselves.
Yeah, we had our 3 dogs, and I don't think we had them on the leash for like 4 or 5 hours straight, which was super cool. We'd go look for our dogs, and someone had them for like 3 hours playing disc golf. And the dogs were loving it, and everyone was just like looking out for each other's like wants, needs, and just had each other's backs, I guess. Watching our dogs.
The fire is one of my favorite parts of the whole thing. I mean, that ceremony when they burn the tree and that bamboo structure, and then as soon as the music ended, at first it was kind of like everyone just was wandering around, and everyone just gathered by the fire, and then as soon as they had that tree ceremony burning thing, everyone just started dancing. There wasn't even any music playing, and then they started getting out the guitars and the drums, and I started just dancing around the fire, feeling crazy, and like everybody I knew in the community was there, but everyone was just so open and fun. Seeing the fire spinning is always awesome because it's all the people that you know around the community, and you didn't even know they have that talent until they get out there with their poi or their staff or their hoop.
It was right next to the stage too, which I thought was a really good way to have it set up for everyone to be able to rotate around the festival, and also with the vendors like right at the back of that, and it kept everybody kind of centralized and together.
But all my baggage is gonna be there too. Finally, the light all around us, because I'm gonna carve it out of a robin's chest. Just to know that the shapes are her in the morning, all around us, singing when the others are at rest. Yes, that's me in the trees. Yes, that's me in the grass. Yes, that's me in your past, looking back at you from a constellation that won't ever change again.
No, I just never really heard anybody go out and speak poetry like that. So to actually be able to experience people that are awesome at it, and to know now that they started the High Country Poet Society, makes it even more respectful. They were very open, and you could tell that they were not only just speaking to us, but like they were having fun doing it too.
Mess. So I'm trying to pick up after myself and clean up after my life too, so that no one has to do it for me.
So, you know, I came, and really just as soon as I got there, the thing that really struck me about the festival was the sense of community. It was, everyone there was just, you know, nice to each other, and they were so welcoming. Like, you know, they would invite you into their campfire to have s'mores and whatnot, and you just tell stories and get to meet all sorts of cool people who have done all sorts of like really interesting things.